Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate. I'm a 29-year-old living in Brisbane, Australia, sharing a bunch of lifestyle content here on YouTube. I've been doing some vlogs, I've been doing some budgeting content, and today I'm doing my May reset video. I did literally just try recording this video and got through a good chunk of my April review, and it turned out my microphone wasn't working. So we're going to try this again and hopefully it goes better. But as I said, we're going to be doing our May reset video, which means we are going to be going over all of my goals from April and seeing how I went with those. We'll be taking a look at some of the movies and TV shows I watched and some of the books that I read in April. And we'll be taking a look at my 2023 and my May goals. So 2 things you should probably know before we get started. First is that I use the MakseLife goal setting system. If you don't know anything about that, I did explain it in a little bit more detail in my previous reset video, and I will link to their website or YouTube or something in the description. But basically, the idea is that you set yearly goals. From those yearly goals, you create monthly goals, and from those monthly goals, you create weekly tasks. So we're going to be taking a look at the April goals that I set, and we're going to take a look at the goals that I'm setting for May in relation to the 2023 goals that I have set. The second thing you should probably know is that I use Notion to house basically my entire life. It holds all of my goals as well as all of my tasks and all of my reviews of movies and shows and any sort of entertainment that I consume. So let's jump on over to Notion and take a look at my April goals. I have confirmed that my microphone was currently working for that previous intro section, so hopefully it's still working now. It looks like it is. There is also someone mowing outside. I don't think you guys can hear it, but if you can, I am very sorry, and hopefully it doesn't ruin the entire video and I have to record it all over again. But let's take a look at our April goals. This is my April sheet in Notion, and these are all of my goal categories. These are mostly the categories set out by MakseLife. I have changed a couple around, especially now. I did end up deleting one of the categories and merging it with another. So I think we have actually lost a couple of goals from that category for April. I made sure to move all of my goals for that category for May over to the new category, but I didn't think about the April ones when I was doing that last night. So I might have lost a couple of goals, but nothing serious. So as you can see, I've already gone through. I've put red X's on the goals that I did not achieve and green ticks on the ones that I did achieve. Now, as you take a quick glance over a lot of it, it's actually not looking as bad as I thought it was going to be, but we definitely missed a good chunk of our goals for this month. And that was due to a couple of reasons. First is that I spent the first week of April on a break from work. With the Easter holidays, I just decided to take a couple of extra days off, and I ended up with a full week where I didn't have to go to work. We didn't go away or anything, I was just at home, but it did mean that I felt like sleeping in and not dealing with morning routines and getting up at the right time and going for runs and doing exercise. It was also very rainy for most of the month, so trying to go for a run was a little bit difficult. I also found out that I was getting a new job, so I knew that with the new job was going to come a new routine and a new schedule and everything, and just having that big change in my life made it difficult for me to stick to some of these goals that I set before I even knew this job was a possibility. But let us take a look at the goals that we have set and that we have achieved. So this is one of the categories that I have merged. This used to just be a personal category, and then there was a spiritual and personal growth category. I have combined those together. I'm not a particularly spiritual person in most senses, so it just made sense for me to combine personal and personal growth because there wasn't going to be much in the way of spiritual growth anyway. So I didn't end up creating my morning routine. I have been working on it and I have got a couple of things set in that routine that I'm really liking. But of course, my schedule is going to be changing with the new job. I'm not entirely sure what times I'm going to be working or anything like that. So that's one that I just didn't quite get set in stone, and that will be something that I'll probably work on over the next couple of months, really. Set goals for May. Obviously, I am about to show you my May goals, so I have set my goals for May. Technically, I did it last night, which was actually in May, so you could argue that I didn't achieve this goal in April. But either way, we now have our goals set for May, so I'm going to give that one a tick. Planning my week every Wednesday is another one that sort of just went out the window with being on break and having the new job come in. I was trying to plan my week on Wednesdays because that was the day that I had off each week, the additional day I had off each week. I was only working 4 days a week, but I am going back to working 5 days a week now. So my planning will have to go back to Sundays anyway. So we didn't achieve this one, but that's okay. Fun and recreation. I did have at least one outing. We went to see the Hamilton musical at the start of the month with my family, which was absolutely fantastic. Play a game once a week for fun. This one came about because I do also have a Twitch stream. Every time I went to play a game, it was something that I would realize I could be using to create content or something that I wanted to show off on stream. So it was very difficult for me to just sit down and play a game and just have fun with it when I'm not also trying to become a performer and create a Twitch experience. But I have been doing really well with that lately, much better, and just getting in and enjoying myself with games for myself. Purchasing travel insurance for cruise, obviously that goal itself is not a very fun goal, but that is for our cruise that we're going on in October, which is inside of my fun and recreation goal. And yes, I did manage to purchase the travel insurance for that, so that is a nice big life admin job out of the way. In work and learning, I did not apply for 3 jobs. I actually didn't apply for any jobs. I had my first interview for the job that I am now starting in next week, right at the start of the month, and within a week, I had my second interview, and the next day they offered me the job. So it all happened very quickly, and I didn't need to apply for any jobs this month because I now have a new job. So even though I didn't achieve that one, that's not a problem. It's just not a goal that I have any longer because it's not something that I need to be doing. I did also complete a module for my study. I completed the module that was supposed to be due by the end of April. Completed that right at the start of the month, and I nearly completed a second one, so that's fantastic progress on that. Family and relationships. I did spend time with my family while they were here for Hamilton. I spent most of the day with them. We went out for dinner, we went to Hamilton, and we went to breakfast the next morning. So I spent some good time with a couple of my family members. Play games with one of my sisters at least twice. I have definitely done this. We've been getting into a game called Green Hell lately, which is a survival game based in the Amazon jungle, and it is definitely hell. My partner and I have a bit more experience with the game, so we are helping my sister to not just constantly die, which is nice. And yes, we did that at least twice within the last month. I can't tell you exactly how many times, but definitely at least twice. Do something fun with my friends. I did do that. We went out for a drink on my last day of work, and I also went to an Eid celebration with a work friend, which is something that is just so culturally foreign to me, and it was really great to experience something like that. Health and wellness. Now, this is where I think I really fell down with my goals for April. Have weight under 85 kilos. I'm pretty sure I've had that same goal since January every month, but we're slowly getting there. I am happy to report that I didn't put on weight last month. So considering I didn't really do a lot of my exercise, that was a pretty good achievement, I would say. And we're just going to roll my 85 kilo goal on to next month. Ring fit 1 time per week. I didn't do this. I did do it a couple of times throughout the month, but definitely not once every week. Similar with running, except I'm supposed to do it twice per week, and I think I only did it once or twice for the entire month. I did book my skin check. That is all scheduled and ready to go for Thursday this week, which you'll see on my vlog, which won't be out for another couple of weeks when you watch this. I'm getting a lot of content batched together and ready to go for when I start my new job, and I have no idea what my schedule is. Book ultrasound. I'm not pregnant. It's for something else entirely, but I haven't got around to doing that one yet. I did try to book it, but they have to call you back to make the appointment. And when I submitted the request, they never called me back, and I just completely forgot. I did have my psychology appointment last month, so that's fantastic. That's a nice, easy goal that I get to check off every month. I put a yearly goal of continuing my psychology sessions, and now every month I just get basically a freebie because I've already booked the appointments. I just have to show up. Okay, so for my financial goals, I once again did not achieve my monthly interest goals. Basically, I just keep spending too much money. I don't know what it is about this year. I'm just in a spending money mood so far this year, but I believe my income is going to be increasing when I start this new job, so hopefully once I start earning more and don't have as much free time on my hands, I will be able to do that. So in order to achieve my monthly interest goals, I basically just have to increase my savings account. Save 10% of income towards house deposit. I did do that just in my budgeting software. Every time any money comes in, 10% of it gets allocated straight into my house deposit fund. I did not budget weekly. I've actually been pretty bad with my budget lately, but right after I film this, I'm going to be filming a budget reset where I'm going to be completely restarting my budget. I really won't be able to get a consistent structure to that budgeting until I start the new job and know what my pay schedule is and how much my take-home pay is and everything. Pay an extra $250 on car loan. I have done that. That is nice and easy, nicely done. The car loan is getting nice and low. It is hopefully going to get paid off this year, so that's very exciting. Physical environment. Declutter pantry and move things into new storage containers. I haven't done this yet. I keep looking at the box. I bought a whole batch of new pantry storage containers from Amazon. There's a big box of them just sitting near my kitchen. I keep looking at them, but it's just such a big task in my mind to go through because I'm going to have to start by washing all of the containers before I can start putting anything into the containers, and we just haven't gotten there. We had the inspection yesterday, which I didn't know about when I set these goals. So we had a lot of other cleaning to focus on this month, and I just did not make it around to the pantry. Wash up 3 times per week after work. Now, I didn't necessarily do it after work. I did start adding washing up into my morning routines instead, and I think that was working out quite well. I don't know that it was actually 3 times per week, but we ended the month with a clean kitchen, so I am going to give that one a check mark for this month. Now for Twitch, no more than 2 skips of streams for the month. I definitely didn't achieve this. I was pretty lazy with a lot of my Twitch stuff this last month, but with the pressure of this new job, I'm going to be going back to working full-time, so I'm trying to juggle a full-time job, completing my Certificate 4 in accounting and bookkeeping, a Twitch stream, and a YouTube channel. If I'm going to start slacking on any of those, I think it's going to be Twitch. So you'll probably see my goals for Twitch are going to become much lighter on myself in the coming months, just while I try to sort of figure out my schedule and try to work out whether or not I can even handle all of these things. Once I get the study completed, which I'm hoping to finish this year, that'll definitely free up some extra time. And once I start working from home with my new job, I'll be able to work from home, hopefully a couple of days a week, and that will give me some extra time during my lunch breaks and in my mornings to try to get some of these YouTube and study things done. But for now, Twitch is the thing that I am going to be a bit lighter on myself about. And our final category for YouTube, I did track my analytics at the end of the month, but I did track those for the month of April so we can see how my progress is going, which is really fun. At least for me. I don't know if other people find that interesting, but I love numbers and graphs and business type stuff, so getting to see that laid out is really fun for me. Stick to my Instagram content calendar. I didn't do this. I did great for the first half of the month, and then the second half of the month sort of fell off a bit, which actually might be an indication of the fact that I need to create my Instagram content calendar every fortnight potentially. I will consider adding that as my goal instead this month. Release a video every week. I also didn't do this. I believe I only released 3 videos and it should have been 5 Saturdays this last month. I did skip a couple. One of them I just didn't get it together in time, and then the other one was around the time that I found out about the new job. And just with everything going on, I decided I was just not going to even try to get it done that week because it would not have gone well. So that is my goals for April. As you can see, we did okay. I'm going to quickly count up how we did. One moment. All right, so I've just made a little note down here. I had 27 goals total for the month. Out of those 27, 14 of them I succeeded in and 13 I did not. So just over half success. That's not bad, honestly. I'm pretty happy with that. Considering I thought I did a lot worse than that for the month, it's pretty good. I hesitate to use the word successful and unsuccessful when it comes to goals. I think that goals are a really great way to help you find a direction, and I'm really liking this style of goal setting with the MakseLife, where I set my yearly goals and then my monthly goals and then my weekly tasks. But I think goals can always be changing, and they're just something that I'm trying to achieve, not something that I have to achieve. So using the word unsuccessful makes it sound much worse than I actually feel about it internally. No idea if that makes any sense, but that's how I see it myself. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the entertainment that I consumed in April. So if I scroll down here, all right, let's take a look at what we watched this month. So my 2 stars for this month, we saw Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves in cinemas. It was fun. It was an okay movie, but definitely nothing to rave about. I gave it a 2 stars, which honestly feels maybe a little bit low. With my star rating, I can't give point something. If I was going to really rate this, it would probably be like a 2.5, maybe even a 2.8. But with the system that I have here showing the stars, I can only give whole stars. So 2 stars for Dungeons and Dragons. We watched Unicorn Store, which I believe was a Netflix movie. Again, 2 stars. We watched both of the murder mystery movies, also 2 stars. Moving on to our 3 stars, I finally watched Tropic Thunder. I hadn't seen it before. I had low expectations. Those expectations were met. I read the final book in the Matthew Riley 7 Ancient Wonders series. It was called The One Impossible Labyrinth. It's a good book. It's fun. I love all of the Matthew Riley books. But by the time I got to this last one, I was just ready to be finished this series. So I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. So I gave that one a 3 stars. We watched The Menu, which was a pretty good movie, really. Overall, it did end up being 3 stars. It was a little bit weird and just not quite there. We watched season 2 of Shadow and Bone. I really enjoyed the first season of Shadow and Bone, but this second season just wasn't quite doing it for me. Again, it wasn't bad, but 3 stars for that one. We also watched both seasons of Russian Doll. Again, I really liked the first season. Second season was just a little bit weird. I also watched She's All That. That's another movie that came out a long time ago that I had never seen. So that was really fun to watch. We watched Good Will Hunting, which was a 4-star watch. Absolutely fantastic movie. I would give that at least a 4.5 for myself, but this rating is made from both my partner and I, so I think mine's a little bit of a nostalgia based rating more so than how I actually feel about it. We watched, I think it was season 5 we're up to of The Mandalorian. Fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Now, as for my 5 stars, I read Saving Francesca. Again, I think that one might be a little bit nostalgia focused, but I absolutely love that book. It's a book by Melina Marchetta. She is an Australian author and with a real focus on an Italian heritage. And it's a book all about this teenage girl finding herself trying to deal with a new school, all at the same time as her mother, who was a really strong figure in her life, becoming severely depressed and not being able to leave her bed. My other 5-star for this month, I've started on the new season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Now, I will say, parts of the new season are definitely making me a bit resentful of Midge. I don't know, if you've watched it, please let me know if I'm the only one who feels this way, but we're seeing flash forwards into the future about her kids and her life, and it all just seems really bad. So I'm really hoping that this season has a sort of sliding doors type moment where towards the end she's going to have to make a choice. One choice leads towards the future that we've been seeing, and another choice leads towards hopefully something a bit happier. But it's definitely making me really think about some of the stuff that Midge does in her normal life, which was always funny in the previous seasons. But now that I'm watching it with the context of how her children grow up, it's a little bit harder to find enjoying and entertaining so much as it is to think that maybe Midge isn't such a great person and definitely not a great mother. But I still have that one down as a 5 stars because I have absolutely loved the previous seasons and I am still really enjoying the regular time period of the show. My partner and I have also been watching The Watchful Eye, which is a new Disney Plus show, I believe. It might actually be a Star show. It's available on Disney Plus in Australia. And I'm actually really enjoying it. It's about a girl who moves into a fancy old building to become the nanny to one of the families, and she is actually secretly there trying to find a really expensive ruby. And yeah, it's just all about the intrigue and all of the different mysteries and stuff going on inside the building and with her and the family and her partner. Just realized I'm covering some of these up. Excellent. Love that. So yeah, we're really enjoying that one. We haven't finished it yet, so I haven't given it a rating, but we are really enjoying it. I've also been reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is a book all about learning how to form habits. That's basically it. That is my non-fiction read at the moment. I'm trying to read a fiction and a non-fiction at the same time. So the fiction that I am currently reading, I haven't actually added here yet. I've been reading The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I believe it's called. And it's more like just a collection of short stories. Each chapter is its own mystery. I don't know if that's normal in a Sherlock Holmes book. I've never read Sherlock Holmes before. And in all honesty, I'm probably not going to finish this book. I'm still going to read it tonight because I'm not buying new books until tomorrow. But once I get my new books tomorrow, I think I will just move on to one of my new ones. All right, so that's it for my entertainment that I've consumed in April. While we're here, I did also just really quickly want to show you, I have updated my Notion quite a bit. And this is my new homepage for my MakseLife. So you can see these are all of my 2023 goals. I've gone through and found some photos that are applicable to the types of goals that I'm making, just to make it a little bit prettier and nicer to look at. You can see there are a couple that I've already completed. Move on from my current job. We have done that. Well, I haven't started the new job yet, but I have left the old job, so I guess that counts. So that's exciting. And what else? I also reached 50k net worth at the start of the year. And then down here I have each of my months. So let's take a look at May. So you can see I have put this together with both my 2023 and my May goals, so you can see how I created my May goals based on what my 2023 goals are. So for personal growth, I have a 2023 goal to plan my week every Sunday, which means I have a May goal to plan my week every Sunday. It's a pretty easy one. In order to achieve my goal of continuing with my goal setting in May, I would like to set my goals for June. For my 2023 goal of finding ways to increase motivation and decrease procrastination, I would like to achieve 50% of my goals, set 3 priorities every day, work on my morning routine. I haven't said this time that I want to completely form my morning routine because I think it will be changing over time. But considering this month is all going to be in my new job, I think it will take a while for me to find a routine that really works for me. My goal to better embody the power that I possess is to be more confident in my abilities at work. Try journaling and gratitude. I have been journaling and I have been enjoying that, so I want to continue with journaling. I'm also trying to get back into reading at the moment, so I would like to finish 1 non-fiction book and finish 2 fiction books within May. So for our cruise goal, we need to submit our passport applications this month. I want to play at least 1 game a week for fun, same as last month. And I want to have at least 1 outing per month. This month I've said to go and see Guardians of the Galaxy because I know that's coming out within the next week, I think. So that would be a really fun one for my partner and I to go out and see together. For work and learning, I've obviously achieved the goal of moving on from my current job, so we don't need to set any monthly goals for that. I do want to submit my next assignment and I want to make a good first impression at my new job, which is in the hopes of me finding that job that really matches my skills and fulfills me. Hopefully that'll be this job, but I can't check that one off just yet. In family and relationships, I have already purchased some new coffee syrups for us, and my partner has asked that I buy him a book when I'm at the shops tomorrow. They're not really going to be a surprise, but they are going to be something nice that I can give to him as a gift. I want to contact my friends. That should say have an event with my friends. Not sure what we're going to be doing yet. I am going out to dinner on Friday, I believe, with a couple of my friends. So that should be fun, but I would like to do something with my other friend group as well. I want to play games with my sister again at least twice, and I want to start planning a family game night. We purchased the tabletop simulator on Steam a couple of months ago in anticipation of us being able to do a family game night, and we just haven't got around to doing it yet. So that's something on my list of goals to start working towards. I haven't got anything for visiting my mum yet. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, especially with the new job. All right, health and wellness. I want to get my weight under 85 kilos for this month. I have my psychology appointment next week. That should be pretty easy. And then I want to try to still run 1 time per week. I won't be able to fit the 2 in anymore now that I'm back to working 5 days a week, but at least once per week, and try to stick with my Ring Fit once per week. I want to pay an extra $250 on my car loan, which I have actually already done. Let me give that one a check mark. I want to budget every week. I want to save 10% of my income towards my house deposit. And I would like to achieve my bonus interest goals this month. Fingers crossed for this month. I am probably going to be spending a fair bit of money tomorrow, so hopefully I don't diminish my savings too much to be able to achieve that one. All right, so for physical environment, I want to wash up every morning. As part of my morning routine, I started adding in washing up while I'm waiting for my toasted sandwich maker to cook my breakfast for me. So I think that was a really great addition, and hopefully I can keep doing that. And I want to start transferring pantry to the new storage containers. For Twitch, I'm being pretty light on myself. Like I said, I just want to find a schedule that works with my new work schedule. So we'll see how that goes, if I can still stick to my current schedule or if I need to change it around a little bit. For YouTube, I want to release 4 new videos. Hopefully by the end of this week, those should all be filmed. I will just have to edit them all and release them each week. Again, I want to stick to my Instagram strategy. I have already listed out a bunch of things that I want to post this month, so we'll see how that goes. And then I want to track my stats at the end of the month, which I've been doing for the last couple of months anyway, so that should be fine. Get monetized, I'm just leaving there as a 2023 goal. I think I even have it down as a stretch goal, so something that's not necessarily going to be achieved in 2023, just something that I'm slowly working towards. I don't want to create any goals for May around specific numbers because that's really setting myself up for failure because it's something that I don't have control over. Whereas I do have control over me being able to release 4 new videos and sticking to my Instagram strategy. I have also created these focus areas. So I've picked 3 of my categories that I want to focus on for this month and written a little bit about what it is that I want to focus on and why. So for this month, my focus is going to be on work and learning, which is to be prepared, confident, and happy to start my new job next week. For YouTube, this area will become harder with starting the new job, so I want to focus on trying to maintain my social media profile. And for personal, I want to work on creating and adjusting my routine to fit with my new work schedule. So that is all of my goals that I completed or didn't quite get to in April, and all of my goals for May. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Reginald came to say hello. My recommendation for this week is Notion. If you haven't used it before, it is a fantastic app to take notes, really, but it's super powerful. You can link a lot of stuff together and be able to see, like I showed, all of the different movies that I'd watched just for the month of April really easily through filters. There's a lot that you can do with Notion, and I love using it for basically everything. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in another one. Thanks for watching.